Hey guys, this is ADLaw, and I'm going to be starting a new series, which isn't a hero guide, but it's a reinforcement guide. Yeah, it might be strange at first, but reinforcements are just as good, and I asked one of my subscribers, Inya Gaming, what should I do on my channel, and they said I should do reinforcements, so here we go. You can just ask me if I want to do something, and I'll tell you if I can do it or not. That's a heads up. So here we go with the ARC Trooper. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Let's start off with the ARC Trooper's movement and capabilities. So the ARC Trooper has a base health of 350 and can't be improved with star cards. And his health is kind of above average for reinforcement, but where he really shines is dual wield pistols. So apparently there's a glitch which might be passed by the time I upload this, where his left trigger shoots twice as much as his right trigger, and it messes it up. So that's why you can be killed so easily with it. Also, a heads up, if you're a staff going against an ARC Trooper, if you're playing Abadal Supremacy or something, don't try attacking. The ARC Trooper can destroy you really fast, even if he shoots only the staff, because his blasters are so powerful. His blasters are so powerful that even heroes have a hard time fighting against them. And they probably do more damage than Han's Blaster. And we all know how good Han's Blaster is. Next, let's move on to the abilities. So first is Power Shot. And Power Shot is kind of like the one from that Lando had in Battlefront 1. Let's hope it doesn't glitch like it did then, because we'd have a whole different story if that did. I haven't seen any glitches with it though. Well, Power Shot's basically where you charge up a shot and then fire it. But instead of you firing whenever you want, you have to wait until the charge is over. And it's gonna change in the late hotfix if it hasn't already came out when I finish this. But it would do 140 damage if the hotfix had already came. Next is the Scan Pulse. So it's kind of like the Scan Pulse from Star Wars Battlefront 1. I know, a lot of the stuff from Star Wars Battlefront 1. But it's kind of like the Scan Pulse from Star Wars Battlefront 1, where you could just see an enemy's location and then it disappears right afterwards. Instead of like the Commando Droids scan, where you can see them and then for the entire time. Or like Ray's Insight. But the third ability is Shock Trap. So it's kind of like Lantern's Assailer, the way you throw it, but instead of it stunning you, it just knocks you down to the ground. And it knocks you pretty far. So you can get some knocks off the edge with it if you're on Naboo Palace Hangar for Blast or maybe Kamino. But the ARC Trooper's abilities are kind of okay at best, but where he really shines is his dual wield pistols. Just the insane amount of damage they can do. If you're a hero and you see an ARC Trooper, get out of the way. Their dual wield pistols will melt you down like ice. Like ice in lava. You will get destroyed. Even if you're in a stab, don't even try attacking an ARC Trooper. They're just gonna destroy you with your dual wield. Unless you use your speed barrage. Don't remember what it's called. But the ARC Trooper is overpowered, so be careful when you fight it. Let's move on to the star cards. First is Desperation. So this just reduces the recharge time on your abilities when you're taking damage. I really don't think this is that helpful, but I guess you can use it. But I can be helpful if you know how to like back off and not overpress. But I overpress, so a lot of times, as you can tell if you watch my streams. So I'm out gonna use this card. But if you're one of those defensive players, then this is a card for you. Next is Evasion, and I think this is one of the best cards in the game, and only a reinforcement has it. So what it does is it gives you an extra combat roll, and it reduces the time it takes per combat roll. So Semi Boy told me this trick that if you use your Vibro Sword and dodge at the right time, since they both recharge really fast with a Commando Droid, you could just go really fast, even faster than usual, and can outrun heroes with it. That's pretty crazy. But the combat rolling could really help you if you're trying to dodge against swingy boy like Darth Maul or General Grievous or Count Dooku. This is a really recommended star card. I'd have to say, if you're not going to use any of them, then use this one. even though you have to use one if you're going to use 3-star cards. Third is interrogation, so just reveals the enemy's location for a larger radius. And I don't think it's really needed because the radius is still big enough. I mean, you don't need to reveal the entire map because you don't need to see everyone on the map, but you do need to see the people around you, and as long as you can see that, then it's fine. So I guess this card's fine if you want to use it to really see anything, and maybe to help your teammates because they can see it a tiny bit if you really try. But it's not that great compared to the other one, but it's still a fine star card. Here's another really good star card. This is Acquisition. So if you take damage, then the enemy that attacks you has their location revealed. I'm not sure if this works with especially as the stealth star card. I have to check that, and I'll probably tell you the answer when I do the Commander Droid hero guide. So I'm gonna check it out in arcade in a second. But if it does, that would really outdo the stealth ability for the specialist. So then you can't be sniped without knowing where they come from. And it's really good for if you want to try and if you damage an enemy but you can't find them, you can just shoot at that specific enemy because they'll be marked. And I really think this is a helpful star card. And fifth is Stalker. I mean, this card is really debatable if you want to have it or not, but I use it just because I kind of need it. It's just a health on kill star card. You regain 50 health instead of 100 for killing infantry, and I think it's the same for heroes. No different stats. So, I talked about the health card in practically every single video I've done. Yeah, I have. I just double checking. Every single guide I've done, I've done the health card, so I'm tired of explaining it. But, it's just a good star card. Arc Trooper's pistols are god. That's the conclusion. Because they just do so much damage so quickly. But if you're going to play against them in arcade, nobody's pointed out this glitch yet, but if you try putting your shock trap against droids, then it doesn't knock them over like it should. It just does a tiny bit of damage, so it's practically worthless. So if you're ever going to play with your friend at your house or something, don't use the shock trap. Just use the scam pulse. And the power shot, you can use that too. I haven't seen any glitches with that, but don't use the shock trap. Also, I have to point this out. Anakin is way too overpowered. Way too overpowered. So, I'm going to show it to you in a second. It's where I play as Bosk, and then I get comboed and die before I can even fire my weapon a second time. And this is literally like right after I spawn. This is almost as crazy as the heroic pint bug. I know it's about to get nerfed, but it's still worth pointing out what's still a problem. Like where I uploaded my thoughts on Anakin a couple hours before Anakin released. I'm still gonna do it, but I'm not sure when the hotfix or when the nerf for Anakin comes. But I feel like the problem is gonna be fixed with the nerf, but it still won't really help because if you're a blaster hero guy and you use Bosk a lot, you just can't use him anymore against Anakin, and you can't use Boba, Iden, you can't use maybe Captain Phasma only because she has her droid. And if you're near her droid, then you might be able to stun him, but that's not likely. He might kill you too fast. I would also like to give Sammy Boy a shout out. I was able to be on a stream, and I decided to say hi to him. I didn't stream at the time because of the 1,000 subscriber thing, but I was able to make it on the stream, and he's my man, like I'm his. Also worth noting, I'll be gone for a couple of days. I know I didn't stream that much, but it was because of the 1,000 subscriber thing, which I tried to figure out my way around. I finally did. So, this will be the only stream for a little while until I come back on Friday of next week. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope I see you in the next one, which will probably be 2 or 3 weeks from now. Bye.